Moving to oil now, and OPEC and Russia say output curbs are to stay at least until the end of this year. That as oil producers continue to work to clear that global glut. Russian Energy Minister Alexander Novak and Saudi counterpart Khalid Al-Falih told Bloomberg the oil market still isn't fully rebalanced.
We need to have enough producers ready to intervene at the appropriate time to adjust production, to deal with fundamentals and with market shocks. In the old days, it used to be OPEC. OPEC countries controlled enough of global production and global exports to be able to have that influence. Today, given the size of the market, we're approaching 100 million barrels per day of oil demand. OPEC is about 34 or so. So we don't feel that OPEC alone can do it. That's why we waited until we had enough non-OPEC countries, led by Russia, to come together in late 2016 and announce the declaration of cooperation that started in January 2017. It's been very successful. The results speak for themselves. Compliance in December of 2017 is at a record 129%. Unthinkable when we started. So now we need to think of, as we approach the rebalancing by the end of 2018, what do we do beyond? My personal belief is that we need to extend the framework, but not necessarily the production limits. So it's the framework that we are formalizing, hopefully, as a minimum, keeping the contacts between OPEC and non-OPEC, and finding a way to be able to get together quickly and not wait a year of negotiations and deliberations.
And Mr. Novak, you're on board with this continued cooperation. What kind of mechanisms do you think need to be in place for this?
We assume that cooperation between our countries is long-term, and regardless of whether it is in terms of the market stabilization or other areas. Our cooperation is based on the agreements we have signed in China back in 2016 in September, and I think over the past 1.5 years that we have been actively implementing this, we have shown a lot of success. We had a successful run. Two biggest exporters, which jointly produce around 22 million barrels per day, cannot ignore each other, cannot avoid to cooperate. We believe that cooperation can be done in order to help stabilize the market, or it can be done in other areas of the economy. And once again, I would like to stress that 2 years of success, almost 2 years of success, have shown this. We would continue cooperating regardless of whether we need to extend the cuts or not, because that could help the market, that would help both consumers and producers. And I would like to remind that we have also signed a roadmap and an agreement to cooperate broadly in the economic sense, which has more than 30 potential prospective projects.